greening the campus, what inspired you?
Okay, what inspired me was when I was teaching my degree 2 students about photosynthesis, and photosynthesis involves the whole process of planting of flowers and trees and how oxygen is released into the environment. So I simply asked them, what's the meaning of going green? And to my surprise, I noticed that a lot of students don't know what going green is. They've never heard about it before. And if you go to developed societies and you ask an average 2-year-old what it means to go green, they will tell you. So that was how the idea started. So I told my students, okay, let's do this. Let's plant flowers on campus, and and most of them were not really receptive to the idea, because they felt that, especially the guys like me, going outside and planting flowers is a dirty job. But about 2 of them started planting of flowers, and then we started taking pictures and having fun. And before you know it, a lot of them were joining, and they want to be part of the idea. So it's not just about greening now; it's teaching them teamwork. And while they're doing this teamwork, they are also greening the environment, because the idea is when you plant a lot of flowers, then you have more fresh air to breathe in. But the idea of going green is not just planting of flowers. So that goes back to your question on why are we greening the most greenest parts of Nigeria. Going green is an umbrella term for living your life in such a way that you don't harm the people around you, you don't harm yourself, and you don't harm your environment. So it's a win-win situation. So it also covers, conservation of water, because if you go to other countries or other places, some people don't have access to water. And, we have access to water, we just waste it. So what if we don't have enough of water? So that's why, I took it upon myself that it's not just about planting of flowers. There are other things like conservation of energy, conservation of water, not eating in excess, because if you don't eat in excess, it's good for your body. And at the same time,
exercise, you've introduced people
exercising, like fitness, cycling, and all that. So it's part of going in. And it's not just that, even social entrepreneurship. In terms of business, when you ask an average Nigerian, an average student about business, they just want to do business for money. So we're saying, okay, how about the idea of social entrepreneurship? That's part of going green, in such a way that you think about your business in a way that it has, the success of business is not measured by the profit only. It's measured by the social impact. And how can you do a business that does not affect your environment? So we're also teaching students about social entrepreneurship.
So what's the strength of participation? How many students eventually joined you in it? I assume this is a club or something.
Yeah, it's a club, is an initiative, and we have a lot of. Initially, when we started, we didn't really have a lot of people, but when we did our first program, it's called the Green Series. So a lot of people started, when we actually told them, okay, this is the idea of going green, a lot of people started joining us, and they want to be part of what we're doing. And the response have been very good. But at the same time, we don't want just to get people because we want members. We want to have serious-minded people be part of the organization, even though our message is for the whole community. But in terms of the members, we want it to be people that are actually serious, because part of going green is not just about crusading around and say going green. It's also about living your life in that way, and to exercise every day, to eat organic food and all those things can be. It's not everybody that can do it.
But so you could tell that organic food is also expensive. How do you?
But it's not expensive in this part of the world.
Okay.
So, but we take it for granted. An average person doesn't want to eat like the normal cook at home. Like if you have some of my friends, they will tell you that I don't really eat outside, because I prefer to go home and eat. But with the advent of Domino's and KFC and all those things that are coming to Nigeria now, people don't want to eat at home anymore. They just want to go to the eatery. And the point is, why pay a lot of money to eat less? Because if you go to Chicken Republic or you go to Tantalizer, you buy this food for like 2,000 naira a plate or 1,500 a plate, and it's this size, and it's not healthy. You don't even know how it's made. I don't know. There was a news about a company in Lagos. Forgot the name of the company now, that they said they were selling ice cream that dates back to maybe 2000, and people are eating this thing and they still sell it expensive. Yeah. So we're trying to tell people, because it's fast food doesn't mean it's healthy. When Nigerians think about fast food, they think they are posh. I want to go to the Tantalizer, I want to feel good about myself. It's rich people that go to Tantalizer. But what if the food they're giving in Tantalizer is not even safe, or it's not even healthy?
Do you have Are you into farming as well? Are you growing your own food?
Yes, organic farming is also one of the things that we're promoting at the Green Initiative, and we're working closely with the agricultural department of the school to see if we can grow products that people can buy for the community, the Adeyemi community, and also the community around. So it's a win-win where the school is making money from the products, and at the same time, the products that are being used are natural products. So it's not like they're using pesticides and other herbicides to, yeah. But the project is not just an idea anything, but we just know that we have to start from somewhere, and hopefully the point is the program is the Green Campus Initiative. So we want to extend to other campuses.
Have you identified any other campuses?
Well, as of right now, there's no campus that actually has the Green Initiative in Nigeria, but some other campuses have reached out to us since we launched the program, and hopefully by the time schools are not in section now, but by the time students start coming to school in maybe September, October, we hope to start going to campuses like UI has shown interest, OAU has shown interest, that they want us to come to their campus and set up a space there.
You're actually a lecturer here.
Yes.
What do you teach?
I teach biology and chemistry.
And support. How are people responding? Especially the authorities. Yeah.
It is tough. When we initially wanted to start the project, even as of now, we're not receiving any funding from anybody. What I believe is when you believe in something, you should do it regardless of whether you're receiving funding or not. I think what is important in making this project successful is the passion. And that's one thing I like about the team, my team members, the Green Initiative. All the team members have this passion they want to put into it. So, like when we're organizing programs, we use our own money, our own resources. We have talents. Like if we want to take pictures, we don't need to go and get a photographer. We have a photographer that is talented to do it, or that's on board. Anything we want to do, we have a student that has that talent to do it.
Who raps,
Yeah, and we have yeah, you're probably going to meet him very soon. That does spoken words and everything.
Yeah.
Another thing that I also want to appreciate about the school management is the provost of the school. His name is Professor Lukoya again. He's a young professor, and when he came in and we told him about the idea of going green, he was very receptive to it, and he was like, okay, this is part of my vision for this college. So even personally, he has helped us. Like, sometimes when we're like hitting the roadblock, he just say, okay, don't give up, guys. And he just help us out in terms of resources, in terms of connections and everything. So he has really been, and one of his vision for this college is to make it a solar-powered university college. And right now they're also working on one of our policies, the paperless. One of our initiatives is the paperless, paperless policy, and they've already contracted that to a company where they're trying to make the whole campus paperless. Yes. So, and that's one of the reasons it's supporting our initiative, because it aligns with what it's doing. And if you look around campus, there's a ATM machine, is actually solar powered. So those are the kind of things that we've been able to advocate for since we've been here.
So another thing is how much of this is, how much of social media are you using to get more people? Because Nigerians are big on social media.
Yes.
And you'd expect that this to be one of the things.
The funny thing is, in Nigeria, we don't really, when it comes to our own thing, we don't really appreciate it. And I think as far as people knowing about this initiative, is actually being from the foreign media, not really the Nigerian media.
International recognition for your work.
Yes, because when we actually, I went to a competition in South Africa for the Green Conference, and we won 2 awards during the conference, and just winning the award has given us a lot of exposure. A lot of media houses have come to us and asked about what we're doing, and without even thinking about it, they just post it on their their blog, their website, their radio channels, and everything. Nigerians, you contact the media company, even if they contact you, they'll tell you, for us to put it on our blog, how much are you going to pay us? They are more concerned about news of Nollywood and entertainment and all that. So in terms of Nigeria media, I don't think we've really gotten a lot of support. Well, except for Sahara Reporters, and obviously Sahara Reporters is not even really based in Nigeria. So, but it's still Nigeria. It's based everywhere, but you get the idea.
So where are you going next? You imagine that some of your students are going to be graduating, some of the
Yes.
three people you're working with now,
Yeah.
and graduation.
The graduation part of our, going green, what we advocate is sustainability. So most of the students, and we have something we call them the green ambassadors.
Okay.
So the green ambassador program is we open up application to students from different campuses. The application is online, and we've been receiving a lot of applications from students. So these ambassadors come in, we give them training on what it means to go green. We ask for their talents, what they're good at, and everything. So we train them, and so that's the way we intend to make it going. So as each year, as new students are coming into the school, we're recruiting new students. We're making them ambassadors, and we have a program that is like during the orientation week. It's called the Green Week, where students come in and we tell them the idea of going green. And so, yeah, it might be tough when some students are graduating, but that's why we're also recruiting students, new students, fresh students, as ambassadors. And even the fact that they leave us, maybe going, they're always going to be like an alumni or alumnus of the Green program, so they can spread the message wherever they are.
What happens to the cities where you come from here? Won't you like to go in Ondo town? Do you think it's something that people will see?
That's the ultimate goal. Actually, we've been going around recently, just going about town, asking people what does it mean to go green. And we noticed that a lot of people don't even know. There was woman was even joking when we asked her what does it mean to go green. She said, why do we have to go green? Why can't we go purple? She just doesn't get it. So we're going, and the program is, we have a program with the secondary school students too. What we do with the secondary students is we call them the green kids. So what we do is they go to market areas and talk to, like the last one we did, we went to Owena. I don't know if you're familiar with Owena. Owena is a rural part when you're going to Akure. Mm-hmm. So what they did was they went to Owena and they educated the market women on littering their environment, on recycling, even proper hygiene and everything. And so we encourage them to plant flowers. We give them apron for more, because the way they do is they just use their hand to so give them gloves and everything. So that's our own way of reaching out, because we feel that women are, the market women are very powerful. They are home builders, and if you can tell a woman about the idea of going green, she will instill it in her child, and that will go and go on. So the idea is probably to green Nigeria, but we know that we have to start one step at a time. And the best way to start is from students, because they are the future leaders. They are the ones that are coming. The people that are already old, and they can be very hard to convince on a new idea, to give up on habits and stuff. But young people, they are always receptive to new ideas, and if they feel like it's cool, and that's one of the things we're doing. We're not doing it in such a way that is boring, because most green initiative people talk about climate change and greenhouse emissions and all that. When you talk about that to an average person, it's like, what is this person talking about? So we've been able to break it down to the simplest. It's like a win-win. You do this, you go natural. For instance, we talk about organic products and farming. So we encourage young girls and even boys to watch the kind of products they use on their skin, or these cosmetics thing, that they should try and invest in organic products. And the idea is a win-win. At the end of the day, your skin looks good. It's not like you look good now, 20 years from now, you're looking like something else. So if you're not eating in excess, your body is okay. If you're not wasting water, you're not going to be spending a lot of money on maybe generator that you used to pump the water, or used to buy water. So that's the way we're explaining to people that, going green is you're saving the planet in one way, but it's also good for you as a person. So
it's not just people say, who do you look up to assist in this and spreading the message and support?
Like right now, like I said, we don't have anybody funding us yet. If people are ready to fund us, like for example the bike, and we're looking into corporate bodies, they can put their logo on the if they want on the bicycle, and they just have to, they don't have to give us money. You can just give us maybe 10 bikes or 20 bikes, and we'll put their logo on it. And even one of the projects that we're doing right now is in the oil producing region of Ondo State, which we've visited, and we talked to the residents of the people. Some of them talked about how the water is going to flood their homes anytime from now, and how the water is polluted from all the oil exploration and oil activities. Money is not really the reason why I or my group are doing this. So if the oil company come and say, okay, we're polluting the environment, but we still want to sponsor you, I don't think I want to be a part of that. At the end of the day, what's the point of you get the money and you're hurting the people you're supposed to be advocating for, in the long run. So it's not a do or die affair. If you want to make money, we'll make money from. If you want to do business, then you do business, and if you want to advocate, and I know it's not going to be easy.
Do you have a climate change message for the people of this country? You just mentioned that people don't care about it. They don't know that water levels are rising. Places are getting hotter.
A lot of people think that the whole climate change is a myth and it doesn't exist. But when you look around you, look at the weather. You can't even predict the weather anymore. Like you said, there are a lot of flooding going on around. Besides that, even though there's less water for the cattle rearer in the northern part, there's less land for the southern person to plant cocoa and everything. So it's affecting people in the environment. We just like to, it's a Nigerian thing that if something happens to somebody, even if it's a health problem, which is the people in the village that is causing the person, but it's a reality. So climate change is actually real. That's my message for people, and that it doesn't cost us anything, even if it's not real. It still doesn't cost us anything to do our own part to make sure that we leave a better planet for our future generation. Because the truth of the matter is, we're actually borrowing it we're borrowing the planet from the future generations. So we need to keep it in such a way that, when you're thinking about climate, just think about it that what kind of environment do I want my kids or my grandkids to grow up in? Do I want them to grow up in a place that has so much disastrous things going on around? Or do I want them to go in a place that is fresh, that they feel safe, and they feel that everything is natural? Because the thing about green, the green is something that is very therapeutic. Even when you're feeling down or anything, you just go outside and take a walk. You have the sense of calmness. So I don't want us to think about climate change now, as in being real or not being real. The message is, if we do our home part, what do we have to lose, whether it's real or not?
I'm Adenike Akinsemolu, a student and a photographer. Also a spoken word artist. For like 12 months now, I've been consistently doing spoken word, and for photography, I've been doing that for over 3 years now. Basically, that's what I do for a living. If little things like going green, all the stuff we've itemized under going green, if those are the activities that we have to do to make sure that we can avoid these things, then why can't we do them? To avoid that. So we've been talking to people, we've been telling them, okay, this is cool. It's even good for your body. Eat healthy. You can die of cancer at 50 if you don't watch your habit of eating. But so if you can do it this way, then it's going to be good in the long run. So it's not like we're trying to cajole them into believing into this. It's a must that everybody must go green. It is a must. You might not really want to be a part of an organization or institution that is, green-minded, but then on your own, you can actually live green. You can live green by just observing the little things like conservation of water, using reusable energy, eating healthy, exercising, and all of that. So if you have an organization around you, an association around you that is doing this kind of activities, of course you can join them in the advocacy and also begin to live the life. But then if there are no associations around, you can live green on your own. Like when you're leaving the house, don't switch off all appliances, and save energy. Don't use yellow bulb, buy a white bulb. It consumes less energy and all of that. So those are little activities that can show us that, okay, fine, I'm a part of this. Though I might not really directly belong to an association that is advocating for it, but you can live it. Life is like a field of play. The earth is our pitch, we are the players, and nature is our referee. The whistle goes off and let the game begin, playing for a prize or playing to win. In the game of life, we don't play against each other, we play for one another, and that is how to win. And if not, nature could show us a red card, send us out of the field of play, and that's a price we cannot afford to pay. So let's play to preserve the earth in our lives, Let's play to keep the ozone layer healthy. Let the trees grow to keep the forest wealthy, so that one day the earth will not be empty. I think that's cool.